Hi. Today, not at the park because it is pouring rain out there. So I'm gonna go ahead and make the video inside. Um, Today, I'm gonna talk about uh, being a generational curse breaker. And not sure if you've heard that term before, but basically, it's a person who decides that they are going to start doing things differently for their family and stop passing on the trauma, um, and stop holding the trauma themselves as well, so that it helps to um, clarify um, the bloodline um, of any of the stereotypes, fears, any of the traumas that have been held and passed on from one generation to another. So, for example, there might be alcoholism in the family. Um, that would be an example of something where a person would make a conscientious choice to abstain from alcohol or to limit their intake so that that doesn't become an issue. Um, it could include um, a million different things. Uh, so if if, for example, your parents had their traumas and couldn't accept or receive or give the love that they should have been able to, you can make a conscientious decision that you're going to make that change so that you won't be passing that trauma on to your children. This is something that I personally have been through, and I've talked to several other friends and other acquaintances that identify themselves this way also. I think it's pretty powerful because you're basically saying no more. I, I'm going to change things and I'm going to make it more positive, not only for myself, but for my children and for future generations as well, because that's what they're going to see modeled for them. And that's hopefully then what they will continue or, actually even, gosh, do better than you were able to. So, there are a number of things that even when I was a teenager, I made back then already some conscientious choices that I'm going to be different. So, one of the examples that I'll share is um, my mom yelled, and she yelled a lot, and it was very harsh, um, and it was very hurtful as a child. And um, she was very impatient too. So throw in being impatient and then getting yelled at because you weren't doing things fast enough. Um, and it was something that I kind of felt like I was being attacked as a child. I mean, I had limited abilities back then, as we all do. Of you're more carefree. Um, you don't see the need for things to be done in 2 seconds flat. Um, and then, anyway, so I had decided that being a mom was like the most important thing that I ever wanted to do. And so I thought to myself, I'm not going to follow that pattern. I'm going to change things. I'm going to be so much more patient. Um, I'm not going to make my child feel that they are in a rush. We would take time when he was little to literally stop to smell the roses, the flowers, and to enjoy those little things, and be observant, and to be grateful for those things. I wasn't a yeller. I wanted him to feel as loved as I could possibly make him feel. I spent, oh my gosh, so much time, so much time. I mean, that was the most important thing, to be able to spend time with him. And gosh, we used to read book after book after book. We used to go to the public library and literally take a suitcase with us and pack it up every week. And then we'd bring it home and we'd read and read, and then the books would go back in the suitcase, and we'd make another trip to the library. So I'm proud of the fact that I decided to make changes. There are some changes that, and some fears that I overcame later on in life. So, for example, and again, this seems like it's not that important, but it actually was like such a stuck mindset I had. So, my mom cleaned and cleaned and cleaned and cleaned. And everything had to be like Lysol and antibacterial, and just, the strong chemicals and so forth. And so initially, when I became an adult, that was the pattern I fell into as well. And eventually I finally broke out of that and thought, what am I doing with all these chemicals? Like, I'm subjecting myself and my family to all this stuff. Why? When there are natural ways of going about this, and companies out there that sell products that do the job and do it using natural ingredients. So for me, that was such a huge step and such a relief, actually, to be able to get out of that mindset. Um, in addition to making choices, that in itself, having a more positive mindset, I think is really important as well. And, being willing to be brave about it, because other people aren't going to see your views, and they're going to stick with the way that things have been done, and they're going to be more in that stuck or fixed mindset. And I respect them, but I wish they would respect me as well for the fact that I have decided to change my outlook on things. I have to say it's, again, pretty powerful. And what's kind of deceiving is that all of this is happening internally. So people see you as the same person you've always been, because externally you look the same. Excuse me. But it's amazing all the changes that go on inside, and different mindsets, different perspectives, getting over those fears, changing your behaviors, your thought process, your outlook. it's pretty powerful, as I said. And gosh, aren't our kids and future generations going to benefit from that? And that's the whole point, right? We want to leave this world a better place. So, with that being said, um, I hope this was helpful, and I hope this reaches the people that it needs to. And once again, I want to let you know, take care, and we got this.